Well, I'm going to try to do a first start on this. I filled it full of oil. Obviously, there's no radiator antifreeze. I went over to the shop, got the mass airflow sensor, hooked it up, along with every vacuum tube I could find. The coil was an extra one. I told you to replace that one on another Nissan. I assume it's good. I half hooked up the throttle. There's still a lot of wires unhooked. I have no idea if this thing is going to start or do anything. So I'm going to just crank on. I have not done anything. I just put battery in it. It's I don't know if it was charged or not. It came out of that Cobalt project a few months ago. It's been sitting on the floor, so I went ahead and stuck the battery charger on just to see. I'm going to give it a try. No guarantees. Well, at least it cranked, but I don't have enough go-go juice yet. Hang on, let me put her on start. Still don't act like it's making good contact here. That looks better. Ooh, the battery's making funny sounds. I don't like that. Well, crank's over. It's a little slower to begin with. I didn't care for that much. We'll let that battery charge for some time and see if we can get anything that way. I tell you what, I think I'm going to cut that power steering pump belt off of it because it's unhooked and I'm sure there's some in it. Looks like it's already starting to spray out. Maybe it's too late. I'd rather not cover the engine back with oil again though. Like I said, there are still some wires that are unhooked that I should have got some pictures while I was over there at that other Nissan. I have no idea what they are or where they go. I thought I got everything hooked up, but that does not mean I do. You know what I mean? I mean, everything pertinent. Don't know if it's got fire, don't know if it's getting fuel. The tank could be empty, the pump could be bad. That's power steering. Look at some of these other hookups here to see what they are. Well, here's a couple. Come off of this main harness. Don't know what they go to. I assume transmission to disappear behind the engine there somewhere. If everything doesn't act like it's doing something here pretty quick, I'll shoot a little something down the hole there, see if we get any. That'll tell me if I was getting any fire. Crank's a lot easier. I don't think I was making a good. I bet you whatever I plugged in there must have did something. It's hard to say what. Well, don't act like I'm getting any fuel. Let me try something here. Let's see what I got. What can make something fire? Most brake cleaners will fire. Got an open vacuum port here. Probably gonna come out the wrong way. May not have any fire. Let that battery catch up for a second. This may not even be the right coil. It did plug in, but mind you, like I said, it came off of a 92. So there may be some differences there. Looking for some other wiring that's not. hooked up. It looks like it's working. Like I said, it may not fire off of this stuff anyway. Hose clamp, I need that. Not the second. The reason I'm hooking this up, most generally they'll start without the mass air, but some of this Japanese stuff doesn't like not having that stuff hooked up. Well, let's see if it's got fire. I guess that's step number 2. Yeah. We've got a spark plug. I'm sure I've got something laying around somewhere that I can not get to. That's kind of the disadvantage of having somebody take stuff apart when you weren't there. Yeah, I've got another one, but it's still very difficult to know exactly where everything went. Let's see if I can see it. I bet I can't. I know you can't. I'm not seeing any fire. Now, it's possible that that coil is no good, so let me check that instead. That coil was replaced, and for what I was figuring was because they were idiots, but they may have burned it up when he got the engine hot. So, the thing that I'm getting into here right now is that I know, at least, that the timing belt is not broke or anything. I did not pull the cap like I told you I was going to. I'm hearing something crack and pop, but I don't see anything. And you usually get a pretty good fire off the coil. So my guess is it's possible that either this coil is not grounded because I just have it laying here, or it's not a good coil, which of course is always a possibility, or there's something that's still not plugged in that this needs to be plugged into. Again, I'm not sure. So let me do some more looking, and I'll get back to you when I get ready to fire it back up again. But at least it does crank. It doesn't have a broken timing belt. The oil light went off, but that doesn't mean anything while it was cranking. I want to make sure it picked up oil pressure. And like I said, I'm not sure about anything else yet, so we'll go from there. Hang on. Now I'm going to see, try something here. You probably can't see it. It's probably got too much of a glare. Let me move you over a little bit more. See if this doesn't help. I'm looking at that voltmeter. I'm going to see if I'm getting power to the coil before I go and get either another one or whatever. And you may not be able to see it. It's showing 4.76 with the key just on. I want to try cranking it, see if it even makes a connection. Stays connected, everything's shaking. Huh. Well, that battery must be, even though it showed 12 volts, it must be bad. And we hook up my battery charger again. I had rain earlier come in, so I kind of had to stop what I was doing. What else is new, right? That may be why it's only 4 volts. It may not have any more power than that. I just checked it and it showed 12 volts. But like I said, the battery's from 2011, I think. Or no, it's 15. That's 15. So yeah, I know it's a smaller battery too. Well, now showing 5 volts instead of 4.5. Well, let's see if it'll crank now. That didn't change, so let me try something else here. Let me try the other side. Well, I didn't get anything here either, but that doesn't mean that my ground didn't come undone. Let me try holding it with it. It'd be nice to know which one of these is positive. I'm hearing a relay. When it lets go, then it drops out. There's something in this relay. You got fuel pump main, and I don't know if half the stuff is hooked up. He's got wiring around up there. I assumed it was going to some lights that may have been on here at one time, because there used to be a switch on the dash, but that doesn't mean they didn't bypass this ignition somehow. Maybe down the starter, maybe under the dash. I'm just not sure. But I do have some power that on that pin, but going this way, when I crank on it, I don't. I got a bad connection somewhere. It's hit or miss whether it cranks over fast or not. And I've tightened everything up. This thing is hot, so it's telling me I'm not getting anything. Something in here is not right. With that said though, I'm going to say that the red wire is hot. Now, do I put a full 12 volt to that coil just to see what would happen? I'm not out a whole lot by trying. I don't know if I have anything with roach clips on it though. But I'm wondering if that's why I don't have any fire. I've either got a bad ground still, which again, I have not grounded this coil, which it may need to be done. I'm not really sure. Let me try to find some wire and see if I can hook something up to this coil. I understand I won't be able to shut it off without pulling it, which could be scary considering I'm starting it from inside there. But he may have unplugged something under the dash. The coil could be bad. Just don't know. So let me try that and see see what I can come up with. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I really made it ugly. I ran a hot wire straight to it. I got a ground, but I don't have it hooked up. And I checked it. It's getting 15 volts to the coil. This could be good. This could be bad. Let's find out. Like I said, it could still be a fried coil. Let me make sure it's getting voltage still. I don't know if you can see what this is saying. It's still getting 15 volts, so it's getting power. Now let's find out if it's actually sending a fire somewhere, because I have a funny feeling it's not. I'm going to move you. I don't know what you're going to be looking at for a minute. Let me find my spark plug. Should have shocked me probably. So I don't know though. Nope, I'm still not getting anything. So that tells me that the coil is likely bad. I'm guessing. I could run a ground to it just to make sure. But I know it's getting. I know you're probably not looking at it again. I don't even know what you're looking at, to be honest with you. But I know it's getting full voltage, at least to that side. Now it's 16 volts, so it's probably more than the coil wants. But I cut the harness to that, which I didn't damage it. But I did cut it off there thinking that I was going to hook onto the harness, which I probably still could. I just took it off, like I said, this harness is going away anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. But that's what my hope was that I could throw some juice to this. And again, it could still be a ground issue. If I go get that other coil and it doesn't seem to take care of this, then I'll know, that it's probably me still, which, likely it is. Come on. But it was worth a try. Try something else. Be back.